back with another episode of The Way I See It. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so you can keep getting this great content when it drops.
Yeah, that's another episode of The Way I See It with me, TZ Wonder. I'm your host with the most, and yeah, we're going to talk about it today. This whole Charlie Kirk situation. It's way deeper than rap, y'all, way deeper than rap. You know, I knew who he was. You know, I've been heard the name Charlie Kirk before, and, you know, I never, once he started, you know, I picked up on some of like his racist undertones and, you know, it's like just demonization of Black Americans or FBA, however you refer to yourself. You know, I kind of tuned out. It really turned me off. But in light of the recent, you know, events, I did a little research, you know, to see a little more about him. And yeah, I think it's way bigger than just him being assassinated or, you know, whatever you want to call it. Previously, you know, was a staunch supporter for the Israeli government. Of course, y'all know he was definitely a cheerleader for Trump. Yeah, so it's another part, you know, a component to this story, though. You know, recently Netanyahu been going like on a, I guess, a campaign or whatever, public relations campaign, you know, in regards to the whole Palestinian Israeli situation, you know, and a lot of stuff has emerged as far as the denial of basic human needs, necessities like food and water been denied to the Palestinian people. And so we've been under fire from the international community for a lot of that. And if you notice, Netanyahu, he never really dealt with the podcast before. He come talk to the president or somebody of that nature, maybe a senator. But as of late, he's been talking to a lot of the more influential, more prominent broadcasters. Turning Point, which is Charlie Kirk's organization, you know, has received money from Jewish sympathizers in the past. And, you know, not too long before his tragic death, a lot of people close to him say they noticed that he started to change his position on the whole Israeli thing and started to see Netanyahu as a bully. In the previous weeks leading up to the assassination of Charlie Kirk, there had been some online back and forth between Charlie Kirk and right-wing extremist Nick Fuentes. He was openly critical of Charlie Kirk in regards to his position or stance on the whole Israel and Palestinian conflict. And he made that known by aggressively going after Charlie Kirk on a podcast. So I got a clip of that. I want y'all to check that out, and I'll come back.
So firebrand Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes, boy, he's really stirring it up. He's been accused of being a CIA plant to divide to prop up neocons and take down people who are fighting the neocons. So Nick Fuentes is a firebrand. He's a young, I think he's 25 years old. He's been accused of a lot of things. He's been accused of being anti-Semitic. Who hasn't? He's been accused of being racist. Also, a lot of people in that boat. A little more evidence to back it up on his side, though. But he really has a hard time. He doesn't like race mixing, but none of that has anything to do with this. He's now coming after Charlie Kirk. You know, Charlie Kirk, Turning Point USA. He's a major influencer on the right. He could get an audience with the president and stuff like that. So he's coming at him right now. Let's listen to Nick Fuentes. He goes right at Charlie Kirk. Let's listen.
It's only the Republicans that support this. There is no other constituency in the world outside of Israel. It is the Republicans that support this. Republicans that claim to be Christian, Republicans that claim to be compassionate Christians and America first, and they support America's encirclement to Israel as they commit a genocide of women and children. That's not right. And that hypocrisy needs to be called out. And it's just not good enough what we're getting. Charlie Kirk and your focus group, fuck you. Focus group. Why don't you focus on?
Isn't that wow? That's fair. I think that's a real fun. It's welcome to 2025, everybody. When we need to say "F you" to wake up a Christian. Okay, let's go back. Let's go. Keep going.
The suffering and call it out. Turning Point USA makes $80 million per year. $80 million per year. You have millions of followers. You claim to be a Christian. You claim to be America first. You want to do a focus group? You have an obligation to call out what is happening in Israel and who is doing it. You have an obligation with your money, with your organization, your platform, your reach, as a Christian, as an American, to call out that we are supporting evil on behalf of a foreign government. That is the epitome of everything you are against as a patriot, as a Christian, and you defend it. You're not even silent, you defend it. And shame on you. I said that the other day. Charlie Kirk has his daughter running up to him on Fox and Friends, and he posts the clip. And that is supposed to be public relations. Look at what a family man I am. Look at me with my daughter. You young Americans need to have kids. And I said this up the other night, but I'll say it again. It's a good thing your daughter was born here, because if she was born there, if she was born in Beirut, if she was born in Syria, if she was born in Yemen, if she was born in Gaza, if she was born in Baghdad, if she was born in Erbil, if she was born in Iran, she could have gotten caught in the crossfire and gotten exploded into a million pieces by this country that you support for no good reason. So it's a good thing she was born here.
Someone wrote an article in the Gray Zone, basically referring to an incident where Charlie Kirk, who's I think is an advisor to Trump in some regards, to I guess that younger base. He advised the president, that he shouldn't cozy up so much to Netanyahu, and that he was a bully or whatnot. And those who were in that meeting described what they call it, like would characterize as a bark, that Trump barked at him. But I commend him. He was the only one they say in the group that was meeting with Trump that had the audacity to disagree with him on that. And as reported, Trump really didn't take to that too well, for lack of better words, if you will. So there was a lot of tension amongst those two camps leading up to this whole murder of Charlie Kirk. Netanyahu wanted to, have a sit down, go on a podcast with Turning Point with Charlie Kirk. Like I said, he's doing his round with all these influential podcasters trying to, I guess, reshape the narrative about Israel due to the exposure, the highlighting of, the sufferation that they're putting upon the people of Palestine. But to his surprise, Charlie Kirk declined to take the money or the interview. And a lot of people on the right weren't happy about that. And so I think this whole murder thing is just like it's deeper than what they showing. Like this one guy who happens to be a part of the MAGA cult. I just don't see him acting alone. I think he's 23 years old. This guy shoots like a marksman. If he's even the guy, which now he's even refusing to cooperate. But I've seen two different images of this person. That the one image of the guy that got locked up now, the other image of the one, I don't know if you guys saw it, the individual was wearing all black with the Chuck Taylors on. And, it's not a very clear picture, but to me, maybe the build, but from what I can see from the face, it looks like a totally different individual. And then the other thing that crossed my mind is, if this guy is actually the shooter, why would he still be wearing the same shirt, same shoes, 3 days after? So, you big dummy. That part doesn't sit well with me, and it leads me to believe there's a bigger conspiracy to all this. Of course, Trump came out, appeared to be very sympathetic or empathetic to what was going on with Charlie Kirk lowering the flag and everything. But in my opinion, in light of the information that I've, discovered post Charlie Kirk's assassination, it seems more like theatrics. And the reason I say this is because, excuse me, uh, the Charlie Kirk base is Charlie Kirk is what you would say. You know how they said the banks they saved during that banking crisis, a housing crisis. His base for the MAGA camp is sort of like too big to fail. Like a lot of people credit him with helping Trump get this second election. So Trump, being the manipulator, strategic manipulator that he is, uh, it was imperative that he come out full support, empathy, at risk of losing that fan base. But at the time of his death, they were at odds in regards to the issue of Netanyahu and Palestine. It's just a lot of stuff not gelling with this one, y'all. I don't know. Maybe it's me and my conspiratorial thought process, paranoia. I don't know. But I don't know, y'all. A lot of people are trying to blame Fuentes and saying people from his organization may have something to do with this. But at any rate, it's an inside job. At first they tried to put it on the Democrats or Antifa, LGBTQ, which I don't know. It could be a mix of that. My thoughts is either this was bigger than what it appears to be, and some type of conspirator, conspiracy to kill him due to his positioning, transitioning on the whole Israel-Palestine thing. Either that, direct interference or involvement, or knowledge of it and just allowed it to happen. But I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Hit the like button and subscribe so you can keep getting this content.
The way I see it.